probably, if I did some research, I could probably find an updated edition on poetry about cats. Given the pet rage that we live in our era, there's probably plenty of books. But anyway, I would look to see if I could find something to replace this book. And if not, I guess I would have to consider, is this worth being in the collection? So if I look at the card right here, how many people have taken it out, and I see one is ticked off, December 4th, but I can't figure out the date on that one. I would have to look into the computer system and see when this book was last taken out, how often it's taken out. That would definitely be a factor. If it hasn't been circulated checked out in 3 years, then I guess I could remove it and maybe hopefully find something more updated. So that's that book. And like I said, we were looking at short stories. So great short story collections. They can be removed or discarded after 5 years. So let's see, this book has been chosen to stay on the shelf right now. And if I look at the copyright, it is telling me that it's 2015. So 2015 is not, well, we're right on the line, 5 years. So that's kind of one of those books that I guess when you're right on the line, you can say, well, how many people, how well circulated? Has it been moving in the last 5 years? And here I can't see any stamps. So I don't know if this is an indication or if I would have to actually look in the computer system to see, is this book never being used? It's looking like it's getting old after 5 years, but it's still, in good shape, and it's right on the line there for being something that can stay. Of course, if we follow the 3-year policy and it hasn't been checked out in 3 years, this book could be a book that could leave. I do see some good authors on the title here, so maybe it's something that might be useful for another few years in the collection. So I'll put that back, and I'm going to just run over here because I'm looking at the 811s, and we've got some African American poetry, and I can see a classic name, Maya Angelou. So with classics, if they're not being used, there's no reason to keep them just because they're classics. And of course, we could see a newer book here, the Alexander Kwame book. This is recent. So to me, probably I'd look at its circulation and how it's being used often or not. Maya Angelou, I'm going to take a look at her. She obviously is very popular, and I can see right here this collection, and there's 2 of the books. So if I look at the other one, how much it's been taken out, so there's a lot of stamps on these books. There could be more, but there's enough. And I would look at the copyright date. It's 1994, so we're getting there in age. These books look a little worn. I guess what I would do is look at the edition and see if there's a new print edition out for this and maybe update it. Obviously, this is a popular book. It's a popular name, so it's worth keeping in the collection, but maybe there might be something updated. So these are a few of the books that I have decided can be weeded or can stay. We'll keep Maya Angelou. I'm not going to put it back right now. Overall, I think the collection, it's sort of, there's a give and take. There's a few books in here that I think could be weeded. And then there's books here that I'd have to look into and see what the reasoning is for them being kept, because they're obviously old. They look a little yellow and they're not well circulated. So there'd have to be some other extenuating reasons why they're being kept on the shelf. And that's my weeding analysis for today. Thank you.